Hey, Shalom, Lord of Christ. Young man, you there?
Connor, I'm here.
I think we having technical difficulties.
Okay.
Hey, Shalom, Lord of Christ. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, you got something on in there?
Connor, it sounded like that was a TV.
Okay. Yeah, so this the Law and History class. I'm Officer Tawaka Bar. I'm in here with Young Man Avant. We're doing it virtual today. We've been having technical difficulties, but we're going to get it in. And the question is Christmas in the Bible? Yes, Christmas is in the Bible, but Christmas is in the Bible, but not like how you think. Not at all how you think Christmas is in the Bible. You love Christ. You say you love God, and God knows your heart and all of these things, and you're just trying to do service to your king being born on this 25th. But what does the Bible and what does history have to say about this tradition of men that we know as Christmas? All right. And so we're going to open up with first of all, I want to talk about, I recently made a video about Jonathan Majors, the actor who was married. I think he's married to Megan Good now. He was married to, he's a Caucasian woman, and he got found guilty for, domestic violence or whatever you want to call it. And I made a video about this, and a lot of brothers, I was surprised at how many black men are so damn weak. Well, not surprised, but I actually see it now. I actually see this whole gender thing, because I try not to even tap into that, and I try to keep it in general when I talk about our dealings, our relationships between black men and black women, or just the family in general. But I've seen so many brothers coming in defense saying that love is love. Love is love, and it shouldn't matter who you love. Because I was saying you should love who God gave you. You should love the woman that God gave you. Now, God gave you, as a black and Hispanic man, you have 12 different tribes to choose from in the nation of Israel, and blacks and Hispanics. You know what I mean? You have that many different women, and they're the most beautiful women in the world. And basically, brothers are saying, well, why can't he have a white woman and want her to behave like Coretta Scott King and what was the other one? Barack Obama's wife, Michelle Obama. Why can't he have that? And it's because the Lord said we can't do that. And you see, this is the end result. What happened to Jonathan Majors is the end result of not loving your people and trying to be with a woman of another race. And there's plenty of examples in the scriptures. In fact, we'll get one. There's examples in the scriptures of brothers trying to go off. So give me a second. Give me Deuteronomy 7:3.
Okay.
Or you can get Ezra 9:12. Yeah, give me Ezra 9:12.
Come on. This is the book of Ezra, chapter 9, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
Now, therefore, give not your daughters unto their sons, neither take their daughters unto your sons.
So the Bible expressly says, give not your daughters to their sons. And you had some fake Israelites saying that this wasn't talking about interracial marriage. It was more about not being with other nations because of their customs. Well, other nations are connected to their customs, and they're connected to their religion and their culture and their gods. So it's one and the same. You understand? There is no difference between not dealing with somebody because of their culture versus because of who they are, or should we say the color of their skin. You understand? That's the problem with us. We want to separate who we are from our character. And you can't do that. You can't separate who you are as a person from your character, your personality, and how you are as far as your culture and as far as your God and how you was raised. See, in America, Black and Hispanic people are predominantly Christian and Catholic and Muslim. But these are from other nations. These are not even our culture, but these other nations in ancient times. And I'm making making a point to say ancient times. In ancient times, all other races or nations had their culture and they had their God. Right. You know, you couldn't be a Black man and be a Buddhist. You couldn't be, you know, an Asian man, or should I say a Moabite, and try to be follow Muhammad. You grew up into that culture, and that's who you were. Now everything is Christianity, because Christianity says that, you know, no matter what race you are, no matter where you come from, you can all be up under the umbrella of Christ. And so all of the religions today have changed where they accept everybody. They allow everybody to be a part of what they got going on. In fact, it brings more money. That's what a lot of you brothers that are Muslims don't understand. You're the second class citizen in a culture that is not yours. But it's okay, because you bring money to, and you bring power, and you bring status and all of your resources to follow the God of another nation. But the Lord never wanted us to deal with these nations. And we have so many prime examples in the Black community. And I can just name you know, a list of all kind of brothers and sisters that have went off. And it's really just when it's celebrities. And so let's not act like, okay, a lot of brothers want to bring up the idea, bring up the fact that, you know, I think they said Halle Berry, what is it? Serena Williams, what is it? Eve. I can't remember all the sisters that have done that, but they want to bring that up in defense of Jonathan Majors. But this is the thing. Black and Hispanic men have overwhelmingly tried to be with Caucasian women more than Black and brown women. Now, everybody knows that's a fact, even if whether you want to admit it or not. But the Lord he put laws in the Bible strictly because of that. Right. I mean, this ain't nothing new. This is just something that, I mean, the law is there because niggas was doing it back then. That's why the law even exists. If no one was not, if brothers and sisters wasn't doing that back then, there would be no reason for a law to stick to your kind. You know, other people don't have laws like that, and they stick to their kind. But because we're a hard-headed, stiff-necked people, the Lord had to institute laws and statutes for us to stick with one another, love one another, so that we wouldn't be destroyed, like you see so many brothers and sisters. Is there any more on that?
Okay. Neither take their daughters unto your sons, nor seek their peace or their wealth forever, that ye may
neither. Salaki, just slow. When you read, just slow down, because I think it's like it's a delay. Okay. So read that again.
Neither take their daughters unto your sons.
Neither take their daughters into your sons. Go ahead.
Nor seek their peace or their wealth forever.
Nor seek their peace or their wealth forever. Why is the Lord saying this? Because in ancient times, people married for peace. People married for wealth. People still marry for wealth today. That's the whole conversation in the Black community, right? How much money you make. If you ain't making this type of money, you shouldn't be trying to get married. You shouldn't be trying to, you know, you shouldn't be trying to look to marry no woman if you can't buy a ring. If you can't get this big wedding, you shouldn't even be looking to get married. Matter of fact, you shouldn't even be having multiple wives if you're not a rich man. So everything about getting together today is about money. Read that part again.
Okay. Nor seek their peace or their wealth forever.
Nor seek their peace or their wealth forever. What is it talking about? It is talking about in ancient times, people would get together. They would make unions. Like if I have a nation and you have a nation and we're at odds with each other and we have had battles and we have war with one another, you would marry your son to my daughter, and then that would bring together our families. That would bring together, that would make peace between the families. and then we would be able to become profitable. You know what I mean? That's an ancient thing. And so the Bible is saying, don't try to seek their peace. Because what a lot of people say, they say, well, this is more for the women. They say if you go and be with a white man, then you won't have to worry about the struggles that you have to worry about with a black man. He'll take care of you. Like I believe they say that Eve, her husband, I don't know what he does, but he's a billionaire, right? And so she made a good choice because she don't have to. She would be struggling if she got with a brother that's of her own nation, somebody like her, right? So this is the rationale that people use in the world today to say, maybe life would be better on the other side. Maybe if I get with this Caucasian woman, I don't have to worry about her nagging. I don't have to worry about her. She's not a monster. She's not being a bitch. She's not. She's what I asked her to do. She does it. Right. This is you heard this from black men before. You hear it all the damn time. And I know y'all heard this before, right? So yeah, that's another L for not just black men, but black men first, and just for the whole nation of Israel. That's another L, because the brother looked like he was an upstanding brother and a good up and coming actor. So I'm not gonna front on that. When I seen him in a couple of movies, you know what I'm saying, he seemed like he's a decent actor and he was on his way up. Kind of remind you of like a Michael B. Jordan or something like that. But this is an L. This is another L. There's another story. I can't remember who it is. It's a brother. Okay, what's his name? He played for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Can't remember his name, right? Is it Anthony Davis? No, it ain't Anthony Davis. Is it? It's the brother that played for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He got an Instagram model pregnant. Then he paid her $100,000 to get an abortion, right? Because he realized he messed up. But see, this is why we have these laws, statutes, and commandments, so that we don't look like, chickens with our head cut off, like children when we out here in the world. You see a brother get a little bit of money and he doesn't know how to control himself. He don't make good decisions. And that's what you see with Jonathan Majors. You go into that world, you going into hell. You go into that Hollywood world with all the lights, cameras, and all of that. You're going into hell, right? And you have to understand who you are to even survive a place like that. If you a brother or sister that have been successful in Hollywood and you have survived and gotten out, and you still have your right state of mind, and you're not on no weird stuff, and you're not at those parties, then the Lord has been with you, because it's hell being in that thing. And from the outside looking in, everybody in the world, blacks and Hispanics, think that that's the life to live. That's the that is the life, right? We're gonna drop that. I want you to give me what I want to get. Let me get numbers. No, we're gonna hold that. We're just gonna go into Christmas. All right. So Christmas is right around the corner. Christmas is what is it? What's today? Wednesday. So Christmas is next week. A few days in between. This class is perfect for you to share. Okay, to share it for somebody that's going to celebrate Christmas to see. So Christmas is a old custom, and if you've been in the truth for a while, you know that Christmas is a very old custom, and the background of Christmas. But maybe your grandmother don't know. Maybe your cousins don't know. Maybe the people that you love and you hold dear, they don't understand what they're doing, and that they are sinning against the Lord when they celebrate Christmas. So this will help them understand that the Lord is not in Christmas. Okay, the Lord is not. Christmas is in the Bible, but it's not how you think it is. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with just going over some history. Did I send you anything, young man?
No, sir.
Hold on, let me see. I'll send you something. I believe I can send you something. Okay, so Christmas is an amalgamation of it's a big ball of a lot of different things. But we know that Christmas first started off. The oldest is the worship of Nimrod, and so Nimrod was the ruler of Babel. He built Babel, and he conquered the world, right? And when Nimrod died, his mother Semiramis, she basically said that matter of fact, he had a relationship with his mother. And when he died, she basically said that his life force came back in the evergreen tree. So people would look at the tree as though it having the spirit of Nimrod, and they looked at it as an idol, and they would bow down and they would worship this tree, and they would put presents under this tree because the spirit of Nimrod was in this tree. And in this tree, it was said to be able to hurt you. It was said to be able to do something to you physically. So this is an ancient belief that goes all the way back to ancient Babylon, and then this belief started to be pushed back. It started to be spread throughout the world. So you have Nimrod being born on December 25th. Now we know in the Bible it says nothing about Christ's birthday, the date of his birthday, none of that thing. In fact, it's the dead of winter. In the dead of winter, the shepherds are, not out with their flocks. Okay. They're not in the field with their flocks in the dead of winter. And so this is actually part of the occult. This is actually part of the worship of the winter solstice, which is the shortest day. Okay. Shortest day of the year, which in ancient times people would praise this day because it was the end of the harvest. And so people worship the sun. Before time, Nimrod became the embodiment of the worship of the sun worship. You still with me, young man?
Counselor, I'm here.
You still there? Okay. I got to make sure. So it became the worship of the sun, Nimrod. The worship of Nimrod became the worship of the sun. And this sun worship went from ancient Babylon, it went to Egypt. So there's a lot of gods that are born on December 25th. You got Horus, I think Osiris, Bacchus. There's a lot of different gods and different nations where their birthday is December 25th, and it's all really just sun worship. It's all just the worship of the stars and the sun, and being reborn and all of that. Paganism, that's the word you want. Paganism, okay? And so one of these gods was Odin. Now, Odin, let me just pull it up for you. Odin, okay, he was a Norse god. And if you're familiar with Thor, Odin is the father. Okay. And so I'm gonna read this. Odin, he was called the All Father, similar to Santa Claus being called the Father of Christmas. So these are some of the similarities and some of the things that have been taken from Odin and put with Santa Claus. So Odin flew around in December for Yuletide to head off the wild hunt. So Yuletide is just this time of the season, right? This Christmas season. So he would fly around in December, the Christmas season. Okay. He knew who had been bad and good and hunted down or abducted those who deserved it. So you've heard this before. You heard this growing up that Santa Claus, he knows who's been naughty and who's been nice. Well, Odin knew who was bad or good. Okay. That's what a lot of children grow up learning. A lot of children grow up learning that they need to be good in order to get those presents. They got it. Better obey your parents. You take out that trash, do what you got to do, so that on Christmas you'll get that gift that you want. Okay. It says he had an 8-legged horse, a Slippener. So this horse was an 8-legged horse, 4 legs in the front, 4 in the back, that pulled his sleigh. Now we know that Santa Claus had the reindeers that pulled his sleigh, and he flew around looking for who's been naughty and nice, similar to Odin. It says that he was the most iconic figure of Yuletide, or the holiday season. A holiday that celebrated hospitality, feasting, and gift giving. So there you got the gift giving, you got the feasting, and the good hospitality. You know it when they say it's that time of the year where people actually feel like they want to be more giving for some damn reason. I don't know. I don't understand it myself, because you go the whole damn year, being evil and rude and crude to everyone and stingy, and all of a sudden on Christmas, when the season of Christmas, now you're in the spirit of feeding the homeless. Well, the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA, we feed the homeless all year long, because the Bible says to relieve the poor. The Bible says to be in the spirit of giving at all times, especially to your people, specifically to your people.
Right.
But this season, people, they want to be giving and, want to feel bad for the veterans and all of that just during this season. Okay. It says he is often depicted wearing either blue or brown robes. It also says that elves and dwarves, Christmas elves, seem to be an amalgamation of the two, meaning they put the two together, elves and dwarves. It originated from the Norse mythology and are known as amazing creators. Now, you know that from the story of Santa Claus. He had at his home, he has the elves working in the shop, making all of these amazing toys night and day. And he was referred to as the Yule Father, or the father of Christmas. So that is one of the things that comes together in this whole mythical creation of Santa Claus, or a white man that comes down your chimney, that comes and brings presents, and he knows whether or not you're good, whether you've been naughty or you've been good. So yeah, so that's one. His name is Odin. Okay, you have another one named Krampus, and let me just get this for you. Hold on one second. Just bear with me. Young man, look up Krampus. Krampus. Krampus.
Okay.
Just give me something on Krampus.
So like I got like Wikipedia.
All right, let me hear it.
It says the Krampus is a horned anthropomorphic figure in the Central and Eastern Alpine folklore, who during Advent seasons scares children who have misbehaved, assisting Saint Nicholas or Santa Claus. The pair visit children on the night of December on the 5th of December, with Saint Nicholas rewarding the well-behaved with gifts such as oranges, dried fruit, walnuts, and chocolate, while the badly behaved ones only receive punishment from Krampus with birch rods.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up a picture of what Krampus is depicted as. You've probably seen a movie similar to this. Let me put this picture up. There we go. And let me see. Present. I want you to read that from the top again for me.
Cut off, bro. It says the Krampus is a horned anthropomorphic figure in the Central and Eastern Alpine folklore, who during the Advent scares
This
children
is
who have.
Krampus that I put up on the screen. This is Krampus. Go ahead and read it.
The Krampus is a horned anthropomorphic figure in the Central and Eastern Alpine folklore, who during the season scares children who have misbehaved, assisting Saint Nicholas or Santa Claus.
So Krampus scares children who have misbehaved. And where does Krampus come from?
Central and Eastern Alpine folklore.
Central and Eastern Alpine folklore. So we're talking about Central Eastern. I'm assuming Alpine is the mountains in Europe. This is their folklore, their stories that they would tell about Krampus. Okay, I'm just showing you that Santa Claus is a combination of all of these things. So the Santa Claus you know today, it's a combination of all of these things. Okay, go ahead.
Come on. Scares children who have misbehaved, assisting Saint Nicholas or Santa Claus. The pair visit children on the night of the 5th of December with Saint Nicholas.
That's the key. Also, what he read is that he assists Saint Nicholas, and we're going to get who Saint Nicholas was. Go ahead.
Yeah, come on. The pair visit children on the night of the 5th of December with Saint Nicholas rewarding the well-behaved children with gifts such as oranges and dried fruit, walnuts and chocolate, while the badly behaved ones only receive punishment for Krampus with birch rods. Salakia.
So birch rods is a rod. Basically, he beat him. He beat the hell out of him, basically. Read that part again for me.
Saint Nicholas rewarding the well-behaved children with gifts such as oranges, dried fruit, walnuts, and chocolate, while the badly
Saint Nicholas will reward the children with fruit and what?
Dried fruit, oranges, walnuts, and chocolate. Stuff like
and that. Krampus would do what? He would reward them with what? The bad children.
It says, while the badly behaved ones only receive punishment from Krampus with birch rods.
He received the children received punishment by getting the hell beat out of them with a rod. But I want you to see the similarities between good and bad, whether you've been naughty or nice. This is what's going to happen to you. Okay. So let me send this to you, young man.
Okay.
We're going to get Saint Nicholas, right? Because I'm sure y'all heard the term Saint Nick or Santa Claus. So, like, where does that really come from, and what is the origin of Saint Nick? Okay. 1 second here. Let me pull this up for you. All right, let me know if you got when you get it.
Okay.
We're gonna learn about Saint Nick. Okay.
I got it.
Okay. Go ahead when you're ready.
So if you want me to come on.
This is go ahead.
So like the Britannica?
Con.
Okay. This is Saint Nicholas from Britannica, Bishop of Myra. Saint Nicholas flourished 4th century Myra, Lycia, Asia Minor, near modern Demir, Turkey. Western feast day, December 6th. Eastern feast day, December 19th. One of the most popular minor saints commemorated in the Eastern and Western churches, and now traditionally associated with the festival of Christmas.
So now, so Saint Nicholas was a saint in the 4th century, in Myra, Lycia, Asia Minor, right? Saint Nicholas was said to be born Greek. Okay, so we're talking about the 4th century. We're talking about a time when white people were few in the population. Okay, go ahead.
Come on. In many countries, children receive gifts on December 6th, St. Nicholas Day. He is one of the most patron saints of the children and of sailors.
Right, you can stop right there. Now, St. Nicholas, what is said about St. Nicholas, and let me pull this up for you. What is said about St. Nicholas is that he would, This is where the stockings come from also. The stuffed stockings. He would put money in stockings for orphan children. He would give money to people who were doing bad or people who were unhappy. He was a very popular saint. I believe his stories, they say that his body was even stolen and taken in somewhere around the 10th century, the 9th century. His body was stolen from where he was buried at by some Italians and taken somewhere else. So they can't even find his body, but he was very popular, and his reputation was very renowned for the things that he did, as far as the money that he gave away to people who were in need. Okay, that's the story of Saint Nicholas, and that is where it came from. The idea of a man coming and secretly putting money in your stockings and secretly helping the poor and not wanting anybody to know about it. This is something that you know about. The story of or the idea of Santa Claus. Santa Claus supposedly sneaks in the house and he puts gifts there, and you don't even know it. And so that idea of Saint Nick comes from Saint Nicholas, a patron saint. Okay, this is Saint Nicholas. Saint Nicholas was a black man. Okay, Saint Nicholas was an Israelite. Probably he was not. I'm not saying he was in the truth. I'm just saying he was a black man. He was a saint in the Roman Catholic Church. Okay, but this is who Santa Claus is based on. How did Santa Claus become a white obese man? We'll get to that, but I don't understand it. I'm sure you confused too, and I'm sure the people in your family and brothers and sisters in the world that could understand this and learn this information would start to ask the questions of how many lies is it that they believe that they have learned their whole life. Okay, let me see where we at. All right, if you could give me Joshua 24 and 15.
Come on.
Book of Joshua 24 and 15. And while you do that, I'm going to go ahead and share this class. Make sure if you in the class to share the class. Salakia. Go ahead.
Said 24 and what? Salakia.
Joshua 24 and 15. Just hold it. I'll let you know.
Come on.
Go ahead and read.
Come on. This is the book of Joshua, chapter 24, verse 15. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve.
This is the thing. Christmas is not a part of our customs.
Right.
The Lord is against Christmas. But if you want to follow this thing for your own self-lust, you're going to be in trouble, because see, I've explained it before. Think of how many people die every day. Think of how many people get up in the morning and think they're going to do something and they don't come back home at night.
Right.
You really playing with fire if you're going to know, if you understand that this is not of the Most High and you're still going to do it, man, Lord be with you. You know what I'm saying? Read it from the top.
Come on. This is the book of Joshua, chapter 24, verse 15. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom you will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or of the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
As for me and my house, you can choose to serve the gods that our forefathers didn't know. Well, they did know, but there was the gods of Egypt. But now they're the gods of America. You can choose to serve these gods, or you could choose to serve the Lord.
Right.
But for me and my house, I'm going to serve the Lord.
That's right.
All right. If you could give me, matter of fact, let me just go. Let me pull this up real quick. Give me Jeremiah 10:1.
Okay.
Christmas is in the Bible verbatim. I mean, literally word for word, how you do the celebration. Christmas is in the Bible, but it's not how you think it's in the Bible. Has nothing to do with Christ, has nothing to do with serving God. God don't even like it. God hates it.
Right.
This is what the Lord thinks of you that celebrate Christmas. Go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word of which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
The
And
Bible says to learn not the way of the heathen. What is the heathen? The heathen is other nations.
right.
The heathen are other people. We have read earlier that we should not be trying to seek their peace and their prosperity. And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to seek their peace, and this time their prosperity. Because let's be real, Christmas is a celebration about opulence, about materialism, about, going all out and spending all the money and getting the best presents. Christmas is a materialistic holiday. Christmas is a holiday where your oppressor makes all the money that he lost the whole year, he makes it all back.
Right.
All the money that merchandisers lose the whole year, they make it all back at the end of the year, because Christmas is a materialistic holiday. It is a holiday about being lavish. It's a holiday about spending money. It's a holiday about opulence. It's a holiday about materialism. It's a holiday about the best things in life and feasting and having all the goodness and everything you can eat and everything that you ever wanted. That's what Christmas is about. You look at television right now, you got commercials about everything. They put the big old bowls on Mercedes Benz and say, get you a Mercedes Benz this Christmas. They say, go here, go vacation here this Christmas. We're going to give you a discount. It's all about spending. And because you are psyched out by the traditions of your oppressor, what you end up doing is giving him all that money back that he actually lost throughout the year. Christmas is not a holiday about Christ, about following the Lord or doing what the Lord says. Christmas is a holiday about you. That's what Christmas is about. It's about your own lust, and you fail every time. You're not strong enough every time. Read it from the top.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
The Bible says to learn not the way of the heathen. I said it, what was that last week? We went over it. Is Israel a slave? Right. Is he a homeborn slave?
Right.
Like, why would you want to learn the ways of your oppressor? After your oppressor, so-called, lets you free, why would you want to even follow what he does? Right. Because you have Stockholm syndrome. I didn't go deep into it, but you have this love for your oppressor, even though you know you shouldn't have this love, but because he has showed you a little bit of kindness, just a little bit of kindness, you say, you know what? Master Toby ain't that bad. He's not that bad. He did give me a ham sandwich on Christmas. I'm going to get into that. I'm going to bring out some slave narratives so you can understand how we have said, you know what? Maybe it's not that bad. Maybe I can, enjoy this thing. Maybe this thing is for me. You know what? I'm not like those other people. I'm not like them other Negroes. I did a little better for myself. And you have become a slave all over again. You're not even in chains no more. Go ahead.
Okay. And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed.
Now it said Salaki. Read that part again. Don't go too fast, because I want to milk this. I want to get the meat out of this precept. We went over Nimrod. I explained to y'all Nimrod was in a relationship with his mother Semiramis, and when he died, he supposedly came back in the evergreen tree. And when he came back in the evergreen tree, his spirit was supposed to be in this tree, and they worshiped this tree. And people feared this tree because they felt like it was personified. It was Nimrod personified, like he can do something to you. And they put gifts and presents under this tree. Then over time, this tree became sun worship. Okay. It became sun worship. And so this precept is speaking to that. 1 second. Let me find it real quick. Read it from the top.
Okay. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, because the heathen were dismayed at the signs of heaven. The heathen would look up in the sky, and they would look at the moon, they would look at the sun, and they would believe that these had power and these can do things, because they looked at their harvest. They looked for rain to rain on their crops, and their crops to grow, and them to get food. So they attributed those things in the sky to being gods, and they were dismayed. I mean, they feared these things. They reverenced these things. They reverenced the creature more than the creator, meaning the creature is creation. So they reverence creation more than the creator. And you see a lot of Black and Hispanic people do that today. And it ain't just us, everybody does it. But you see this doctrine of worshiping the universe, or the universe has a way of telling you something. You see that doctrine again popping up in the earth. There is nothing new under the sun.
That's right.
Read it from the top again.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. Go ahead.
For the heathen are dismayed at them. Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain.
The customs of the people are good.
Are vain.
The customs of the people are godly.
Are vain.
The customs of the people are of Christ.
Are vain.
Okay, keep reading.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
You see that? They cutting the tree. This is how you get your Christmas tree. Some Caucasian man, some Edomite goes into the damn forest and cuts 1,000 of them. Then he goes, take them to the city and put them under a tent and sell them to you for $100 a piece. Go ahead.
Okay. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest. The work of the hands of the workman with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold.
And then when it gets in your house, the next picture, you deck it with silver and gold. This is Christmas verbatim in the Bible.
Right.
I don't see how y'all don't see this. Why your Christian pastor don't? Hold on, Salaki. Why your Christian pastor don't see this or know this?
Right.
Salaki. Why is it that your Christian pastor does not know this? Why does he not know this verse? Why is it that you, as a Black and Hispanic person that say you love God in 2023, you don't know this?
Right.
Why you don't know this? Why you don't know this precept? Why you don't know it? Listen, you have no damn excuse. Your ancestors couldn't know it. They were beat for knowing it. Their eyes were burnt out for learning the Bible. Why you don't know it? What is your excuse
Right.
when Christ returns? You're not going to have any damn excuse. What, you wanted to make your kids happy? Oh, what you do it for something different? Oh, it brings your family together. That's the excuse. Christ ain't going to want to hear that.
That's right.
Not after you hear the prophets of the Lord tell you that Christmas is not in the Bible and the Lord is against Christmas. It's literally verbatim in the Bible, word for word, just how they do it in the world, and you still think you're supposed to be doing it?
Right.
You know what? You're a selfish pig. You're a prideful bastard. You believe in yourself. You don't believe in the Most High. You don't believe in God if you're still going to celebrate Christmas after hearing what we're talking about tonight.
Right.
Read it from the top.
Come on. Verse 3. Salaki.
Go ahead.
For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth the tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten nails and with hammers, and that
They
it move.
fasten it with They fasten it with nails and hammers that it move not. That's the third picture. And you know, there's all kind of Christmas tree stands now, right? Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not
So,
afraid of
Salaki, so go ahead and finish.
Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good.
So it's saying that they can't move, they can't speak. Why is it saying that? Because this is an ancient old custom.
Right.
People believe that the tree had the spirit of a man in it. And the Lord is telling you, these trees can't speak, they can't move not. They must be born, meaning they got to be picked up. They're not alive. Yeah, they upright like a palm tree, but they are not alive. It can't do anything to you. That is how simple people were in ancient times, that they believed that this could do something. But listen, I said people were simple in ancient times. Guess what? They're simple today.
Right.
You know why? Because they believe that that Christian cross can do something. They believe that Christian cross around their neck got a little bit of power. They believe that Jesus' peace has some power. They believe those rosary beads have some type of power. They believe that these things that they have can actually protect them. So they're really no different than the people in ancient times who believed that the spirit of Nimrod could hurt them. And the Lord said, listen, these things don't got no power. You got to pick this tree up. It can't move on its own.
Right.
It can't speak. It can't do a damn thing.
Right.
And today it then turned into the worship of Santa Claus, and thinking that, you know, this is the, you know, the most wonderful time of the year. What they say, it's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the spirit of giving, you know, it's the birth of Christ. And it never was about the birth of Christ. This is pure paganism. This is against what God prescribed in the scriptures for the Israelites. We listen, if Christmas is about celebrating Christ's birthday, then show me in the Bible where Israelites celebrated birthdays.
Right.
You can't show me. If you okay, let's just say hypothetically, all right. Maybe there's some Christians seeing my maybe there's a Christian watching this video. I'm going to challenge you to go to your pastor and ask him about Jeremiah 10, 1 through 5. Ask your pastor, what does it mean? Are you supposed to celebrate Christmas or not? And then come back with what your pastor said.
Right.
Are you supposed to celebrate it or not? I'm pretty sure I can pretty sure, I can bet my last dollar that your pastor won't have a righteous answer for what that means. And he won't have a answer according to his knowledge. He'll just be saying something off the top of his damn head, like a damn BET freestyle. He'll just be saying something off the top of his head and saying, "Oh yeah, brother, that that was the Old Testament. We in the New Testament, brother. You see, Christ came, and Christ, he's behind all of this. He's the reason for the season. Get the hell up out of here, man.
Right.
Get the hell up out of here. You got your proof, man. Christmas right in the Bible. Any more on that?
La.
Okay, give me what I want. Give me 1 John 2 and 15.
Come on.
1 John 2 and 15. And y'all be so damn jolly and happy. Y'all be so damn happy and jolly to celebrate Christmas, to get high, you know what I mean? To argue with your family, to fuss and fight. That's all that's going to be happening. That's it. Eating some honey ham, some chitlins, eating all the unlawful foods you can eat.
So you want me to read?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
The Bible says to love not the world.
Right.
You say that you love God, but you do the things that the world do. You love the world. That's the same thing as what we just passed, Thanksgiving. The whole world was doing Thanksgiving. What does it matter if you feel like you're thankful for something and you proclaim how thankful you are for your life, for your mama, for your grandmama, for your grandpappy, for your job, for your house, for your car, but you do it at a time when the whole world is doing it. That means that it is not genuine. That means that it is not real. That means that it is not organic. That means that it doesn't come from you.
Right.
That means that it is not you. You are not a real one. I don't know what to tell them, Avant. That you are not a real one. If you're going to say, if you're going to go, hold on. If you're going to go to, let's just say, okay, Mother's Day. Oh, I'm thankful for my mother. Let me get her some flowers. Let me go bring her something nice, some food, a plate, just out the blue on Mother's Day. You are not a real one.
Right.
You are fake. You are phony. If you're doing because you're doing it because everybody else is doing it. The whole effing world is doing it. That doesn't mean anything. Why don't you do it? I don't know. What was Thanksgiving? Okay, let me use Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is what? On the 24th, November 24th or whatever, somewhere around there.
Somewhere.
Why don't you say you're thankful May something, a day in May, out the blue? Now, if you did that, I will believe you. If you did that, I will say, you know what? That's genuine. That's real. That's a real one right there. Because it's there's no occasion for you to even say that. That let me know that you're genuine and it's coming from you. But if you do it when the world is doing it, I look at you like you AI. You a robot. Right. You doing whatever the hell your oppressor do.
That's right.
AI. You know what I'm saying? Read it from the top.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
Right.
Love not the world, neither the things. Now, is this saying that you're supposed to be poor and destitute and living in a goddamn cave? No. It's saying love not the world. Now, are the things. There's a lot of things in this world that are vain, meaning they are useless. They are meaningless. So you don't need to be even entertained by it. A lot of shit, excuse my language, a lot of shit that y'all follow and we see on social media is meaningless. It don't mean a goddamn thing. It can't help you in your personal life. You're not learning nothing from it. It's not doing nothing, not paying your bills. It's not doing anything for you. It's in the world. It's secular. Read it from the top.
Come on. The book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Man, if you love the world and you love those things in the world, that means the love of the Father is not in you.
Right.
You know, the things of the Lord are not in you. But Christians swear that the Lord is with them and that God knows their heart. They love to say that one. They love to say that God loves their heart. No, God knows their heart. God loves their heart, but they love to say that God knows their heart. Well, I got something for you. Give me Jeremiah 17:9.
Okay.
Jeremiah 17:9.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it?
Listen. The Bible says the heart is the Bible says that the heart is desperately wicked. Read it from the top. You talking about God knows your heart. You know what, nigga? I don't know your heart. And I'm damn sure God knows your heart, but it ain't how you think he knows it. Listen what the Lord says about how you feel and how you think, because in the truth, what you understand is that your heart is your mind. I'm gonna say that again. Your heart is your mind. How you think, that's what's really in your heart. Read it from the top. You there, young man? Young man look like he dropped off. Oh, there you go. He's right back. Let me add you. You there?
Come on, Salaki. Yeah, kick me out.
Salaki, that I think you just dropped out.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Come on. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it?
Who can know it? It says the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? So when somebody comes up to you and says, God knows my heart. Yeah, I celebrate Christmas, and God knows my heart. You already know they are desperate.
Right.
They thirsty. They desperate and thirsty above all things. Like who can know your heart? Because 1 minute, one minute you're up and down. 1 minute you're up, the next minute you're down. No one can know your heart. But I know what one thing they can know. They can know what you do, how you follow the law, statute, and commandments, and the fruit that you produce in your walk and how you follow the Lord.
That's right.
I know that. They would know that, and they would look at you and they'd be like, I know what this sister is going to do in this situation.
Right.
I know what this brother is going to say about this situation. Why? Because he keeps the law, statute, and commandments. She keeps the law, statute, and commandments, and she is not doing all of that. She's not messing with none of that. You become a person that people look at as dependable and predictable. They know you because they know you keep the law, statute, and commandments. So they know how you move based on that. Somebody that is saying that, God knows their heart, you don't know what the hell they gonna say or what they gonna do at any given time.
Right.
They gonna celebrate every damn holiday. Every holiday They're going to celebrate. You know, they're going to how can I say it? They're going to contradict themselves at any given time, and they won't even know they contradicted themselves because the Bible says that the heart is what?
So the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked.
So they want because the heart is deceitful and desperately wicked. It doesn't have you can't predict what is going to happen. What are they going to do from one day to another, from 1 hour to another? I pray you understand.
Right.
All right. You can drop that out.
Okay.
Now
Like
this. Go ahead.
The brother in that picture with the sweaters, he had on a choker, like the female chokers around his neck.
Crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy right there. Like Salakia. Yeah, but that's the thing though. We now I'm starting to see Black and Hispanic people, they're all in that culture of, you know, the ugly the Christmas ugly sweater. So everybody gets these Christmas ugly sweaters to wear for Christmas. Well, we're gonna in a minute, we're gonna read a little bit. Matter of fact, that's what we're gonna do. I was gonna go into the reef. I'll come back to it. No, maybe I will go to the reef. But we're going to find out what our ancestors, what happened when they celebrated Christmas. There's plenty of information on it, and I got it. Okay.
Right.
Let's get it. So, like it. This is the reef. Reefs and mistletoe. So I'm pretty sure many people know what the reefs are. You see people with them on their damn cars driving around nowadays. I've seen somebody with some damn Christmas lights on a car. You know what I mean? Like that Christmas spirit is witchcraft. It's strong than a mug. And let me just pull this video up. This video always tickled me, right? I'm going to pull this video up real quick. Let me pull this up. Y'all bear with me. Y'all slide with me. Stay with me, Israel. I got it. This is crazy. All right. I'm gonna play a little of this video, not now, but I'm gonna get it right after this. Remind me about the video, young man. Okay.
Come on.
You there? All right. So reefs and mistletoe. We know about the mistletoe. What they say about the mistletoe? They say, oh, you're supposed to, like, if you kiss under the mistletoe, what'll happen? Y'all in the chat, let me know. What do they say? I forgot it. I ain't celebrated Christmas in so long, but they say if you kiss under the mistletoe, something happen. But with the reefs is the mistletoe. Mistletoe is just a name for the actual plant or the type of plant they use to make these reefs. Okay. And these reefs, you see them on, of course, on people's doors and on cars. Okay. The sister said she's seen it on trucks out there. I believe you. Kissing under the mistletoe for true love. Right. So you kiss under the mistletoe for true love or whatever the case may be. It says, but I'm going to read it. Saturnalia was an important Roman festival given in honor of Saturn, god of farming and money. It started on the 17th of December, and it was a time of gift giving, feasting, and partying. Romans decorated their houses and outside buildings with wreaths and tree branches. They were often made from holly, Saturn's sacred plant. Fir in honor of Faunus, Saturn's grandson, and ivy in honor of Ops, Saturn's wife. The green branches symbolize luck, friendship, and life during the chilly winter. Sister said, if you see a mistletoe, you have to kiss standing under it, and it's supposed to give you a relationship and good luck. Right. A sister last year pulled up at the job with a big blow-up Santa Claus sitting in her passenger side, and it was illuminated. That is crazy. That's crazy. Like think about the money that people spend on this stuff. You know what I'm saying? The levels that people go to, and people wholeheartedly feel good during this time. Am I right? Am I lying, Israel? Y'all up in the chat. Work, you know what I'm saying? Chat with me. Work with me. Y'all in the chat. Am I lying when I say that? That people wholeheartedly feel good during this time. So like the brother said, these people don't know how many people these MFers I'm dropping in this holiday season. Con. Like people feel so like it. I think something is open here. Let me turn this off because yeah, this got to go. Let me turn that off. Like it's crazy because people really feel this jolly feeling. They really be on some. Let me see. Con, I don't want con. It's like they be on a super high. Yeah, it's like they be on a goddamn high. It's like crack. Christmas is like crack. Literally. Christmas is like crack. You know what I'm saying? It's not it. Like okay, I'm gonna rank them. Hold on. Con. Okay, strangers. Then they turn into. Yeah. I'm a rank them. Hold on 1 second, Israel. Let me put this. Look. I'm gonna rank them, right? Okay, because I say that Christianity is the I.S.U.P.K says that Christianity is worse than crack. Okay, so I'm gonna put it's gonna be Christianity, then Christmas, then crack, right? Because it's like they be on a super high. You've been angry all year, ain't helped nobody. But then the Christmas songs come out. You get in the spirit of giving, and then next thing you know, like it's over. So that little bit of time, which is this month, what is this month from December to January, or somebody? Okay, let's just say December to January 5th. That little space of time, people be a whole different person. It's like witchcraft. It's stronger than a drug. It's a super high. And it's witchcraft because they got the songs, they got the chants. You walk in a damn store and you liable to get hypnotized by that damn Christmas music. Salaki, I can't stand to be around it because see, that's another thing that comes from ancient times. Christmas, like Christmas caroling. That comes from ancient times too. When we were young, I don't know if y'all had this experience, but when I was young in elementary, they would take us to the local Target to sing Christmas carols. So that trash is in my brain. It's into my head. You know what I'm saying? Like they would literally have us standing in front. We'll go inside the store and we'll be standing right when people come in, singing Christmas carols. That's what they do. It's no different than what was it? Black History Month. Right. They have everybody take a person. You pick a person from Black history and you learn about that person. My person, I'll never forget, was Crispus Attucks. Then my person, no, that was my boy's person, Crispus Attucks. My person was Sir Francis Drake. Black people that you know, not the normal people like Harriet Tubman, MLK, all of that. But that's the point. What does it say? Today, she said, today a sister came in and both of her arms was filled with little Christmas bags for her friends. That's crazy. And every job is having a Christmas party. If you work, every job is having a Christmas party, or they're going to give some gifts for Christmas. Okay. She says, that game honesty says they feel real good around this time of the year. Kanye West giving out Bitcoin or something for damn. Kanye West giving out Bitcoin. Goddamn. Damn. Kanye West giving out Bitcoin. I hate it because those songs get in your spirit. If you don't be careful, and you'll find yourself singing and humming that demonic shit. Listen, Salakia, I was in the, where was I? I was in the 99-cent store. They was playing that Christmas music. And it started to play in my head. It started to play in my head. And I was like, it is really like a spell. It is really like how we talk about in the scriptures where an enchanter, like somebody that casts spells, they like, it's like you do, you say the same thing over and over again. You say it over and over again, over and over again. Before you know it, it's in your head. It's the same. That's the same with music. Music is like if you hear it over and over again, everywhere you go, you're hearing it. You're hearing it. It's in your head. And if you done live 30, 40, 50 years hearing these songs and partaking in it, then how many years you think it's going to take for you to get it out your system, for you to like deprogram of all of the shit stuff that's been in your head? I definitely understand that, sis. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? When, like the sister said, when it starts to get into you like that, turn that off. Turn it off. Get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? You know the truth now. We know the truth that this is a damn lie. The same as gospel music. Gospel music, you have I live around a couple of Christians and they like to bang their gospel music as if that makes them holy or something, or if that makes them closer to God. I know the truth that the Lord don't give a damn about that. Listen, rap music is better than gospel music. Y'all can quote me on that. Maybe somebody will want to ask me that question, why I say that. Rap music is better than gospel music. Because gospel music is a damn lie. At least rap music is talking about reality and what's real and right in front of you. Gospel music is talking about white Jesus. It's a lie. Right. It's not the truth. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get sidebar. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. What did I ask you to remind me of?
A video. A video you want to play.
Okay. Before I'm gonna preface this video with, as black people, as brown people, when we get hurt, when the police shoot us, when we get, taken out, we protest and we fight and we beg for justice. We ask the United States government, law enforcement, to stop hurting us, stop killing us, treat us like a normal human being. But then it all dies down when these holidays come. When Christmas come, now I wish I had the video. I got an old video where I said this. And in the video, I show you black men that are standing up to the law enforcement. I believe during the George Floyd riots. And then I show you this, and I'm going to play this. I don't know whether or not we was going though. Let me get back to it. Let me get to my bag. stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. So it's the night of our dear Savior's birth. Let me tell you something, nigga. Christ didn't celebrate birthdays, but this is the point I'm making. We fight against, the white supremacy, against the, the police brutality. We fight all of these things, and then we turn around and we're singing Christmas carols.
Right.
We turn around and then, we're partaking in the same garbage or the same white supremacy that we're fighting against.
Right.
Like that, we say, like, stop killing us, stop doing this to us. We haven't been treated equal at any given time in America, in the history of America. We haven't even got reparations. We haven't even got, an apology for the crimes committed against Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
But then when the holiday comes around, we're singing a goddamn Christmas carol. Our whole spirit is inside this Christmas carol. Talking about our king. You don't even know who the hell your king is. Your king is a nigga. He's a black man. He is a man that is against Christmas. He is a man that was killed because he said separate.
Right.
You think they hung Christ on the cross because he loved everybody? And he said, because he said, celebrate my birthday, put up a Christmas tree for the birth of me. That's not the manner of the God that I serve. That our God is not like that. Our God is a man of war. Our God is a real man. Our God is a general. Our God is a commander. Our God is that top nigga. Give me Exodus 15:3. You don't understand the God that you serve. You don't understand God. God is not no soft pussy. That's not who God is. God is a man of war. He's a man of wrath, but he's also high in mercy.
Right.
If you turn to him and you stop doing the things that you are doing, if you stop hating your people, if you stop celebrating Christmas, I don't know who the hell you think God is, but he's not the God of the Bible, and Christmas has nothing to do with that.
Come on. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 3. The Lord is a man of war.
The Lord is a man of war. Go ahead.
The Lord is his name.
And his name is Yahweh in the Hebrew. Yahweh in the Hebrew. That is his name. He is a man of war. He is not about, softness, tenderness. He is a father. That's a father that tells you to do what you need to do. And when you don't do it, you get punished.
Right.
You get punished for it. Give me 1 Corinthians 7:22. Okay. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. This is 2023. You have all this knowledge flowing in the earth, and you still don't know? You still gonna celebrate Christmas? You still gonna celebrate Easter and Valentine's Day and Mother's Day and Father's Day and all of this crap? You got high holy days in the Bible that the Lord said to never forget and to celebrate those forever. Let me know when you got it.
So you said 7:22?
7:22. 1 Corinthians 7:22.
Okay. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7, verse 22. For he that is called in the Lord, being a servant, is the Lord's freeman. Likewise,
listen, slow it down, slow it down, young man. Read it from the top.
Come on. The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7, verse 22. For he that is called in the Lord, being a servant, is the Lord's freeman.
For he that is called in the Lord, being a servant. Listen, we are all servants. Right. We are servants. I'm a servant to you. I am a servant of Christ. I am a servant to my brothers and sisters in the world. I am no better than my brothers and sisters in the world. If you are on drugs, if you are homeless, if you are a hater, whatever you are, I'm no better than you, but I am your servant under Christ. Read it from the top.
Come on, come on. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 22. For he that is called in the Lord, being a servant, is the Lord's freeman.
Mm-hmm.
Likewise, also he that is called, being free,
So like
is Christ.
Read that from the top again. I missed that part. This is the part that I won't. Go read it from the top. Slocky.
Come on, come on. For he that is called in the Lord, being a servant, is the Lord's freeman.
Is the Lord's what?
Is the Lord's freeman.
The Lord's free man. Free. That's the key. If you become a servant of Christ, like a lot of y'all in Christianity, y'all think that Christ is supposed to serve you. Who the hell are you? Right. Who are you? Did you die for anybody? Did you lay down your life for brothers and sisters that you don't know?
Right.
Who the hell are you? You are full of yourselves. You didn't die for anybody. Read it from the top.
Come on, come on. For he that is called in the Lord, being a servant, is the Lord's free man.
And because you are called in the Lord, being a servant, that makes you a free man.
Right.
I think free. I don't have any mental chains on my head. I'm a free man. I don't celebrate the holidays of my oppressors. I'm a free man. I don't follow the culture of my oppressors. I'm a free man. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm free. Brothers and sisters in the truth, we are free people. Free men and free women. We don't worry about what somebody else is going to think or going to say about us not celebrating Christmas or us not eating pork, shrimp, crab, or lobster. We don't give a damn about what you think because we are servants of God. We serve the Lord. We are not of the world like you are. You go to Christian church every Sunday, and but there's a nice Christmas tree with presents under that tree. You serve the God of this world. You serve white Jesus. You don't serve the black God. You don't serve black Jesus that came out of Nazareth, that came out of the ghetto. Right. You are not like us. You're not like me. You're not like my brothers and sisters. You are not on our level. Read it from the top.
Come on. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 22. For he that is called in the Lord, being a servant, is the Lord's free man. Likewise, also he that is called, being free, is Christ's servant.
And we are Christ's servants. But guess what? We are free. We are free men. We don't have the shackles on our head and the philosophies all in our head of, holidays and how I should do this and how I should do that. No, we do what God says. And if you do what God says, it won't come up against any of the laws that man has. Just do what God says.
Right.
But in fact, you do what tradition says. You follow the traditions of men, which is Christmas. Christmas is a tradition of man.
Right.
Easter is a tradition of men. What else? Halloween is a tradition of men. You will rather follow the traditions of men than follow the laws of God.
Right.
You are not like us. And I don't mean it in a disrespectful way, but we are different in that respect. I'm no better than you. We're no better than you, but you are different in that respect, that you reject the laws of God. You reject what the Lord laid down. You decide not to see Jeremiah 10, 1-5.
Right.
You would rather see the traditions of men as being goodness, but rather not see what God said as goodness, where he said, learn not the way of the heathen. Don't learn those ways. This is what they do. They cut a tree down. They deck it with silver and gold. They fasten it with nails. You would rather not see that.
Right.
But it's right there in your face. And let me tell you this. When Christ returns, a black man from the tribe of Judah, you won't have any excuse. He
That's
will
right.
not want to hear your excuse. It will be gnashing and dashing of the teeth. He's going to not give a damn.
Right.
I pray you understand. I pray you get it together because you are my brothers and sisters. All right. Is that in on it?
La, there's a little bit more.
Go ahead.
Oh wait, La Salaki. That's it. Salaki.
That's it. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to get, let's see how much we got 20 minutes. I want to get, let's get Jeremiah. No, let's get number 16. I want to go over this and then I'll come back. But before you get that, let me just say this, right? When it comes to this Christmas time, did you know that statistically the crime rate goes up in the black community? I mean, everywhere. I'm not going to point the finger at us, the black and brown community, but the crime rate goes up. You know why? Because people are pressed to make a way to get some presents up under that. I don't want to cuss. That dumb ass tree. People are pressed to get presents during this time. People are feeling the pain of not being able to get their children Christmas presents. And guess what else? They say that about 82 to 83% of children believe in Santa Claus. And they also know that Santa Claus gives presents to those kids who are nice and not naughty. And the vast majority of poor children are black and Hispanic. So when they don't get a present, they're looking at it like, are they not worthy enough to get a present? This is the evil of Christmas and the materialism and the opulence that Christmas pushes on the whole world. Because let's face it, blacks and Hispanics are the poor of this nation. And you won't be able to get the present that you want as a child in the world. I'm not saying that I'm not supporting whether they get a present or not, but I'm making that point that them not getting a present messes with their psyche, and it makes them feel like white children are they deserve those toys more than they do, because they'll see those other counterparts that got everything that they wanted and they didn't get nothing that they wanted. I pray you understand. Kids are not as dumb as people like to think they are. They've
Right.
done studies on this. That's why I'm bringing it up. But when it comes to um, Christmas, poorer families struggle, and those poorer families usually are black and Hispanic families. Okay. Um, this is another thing that happens. I experienced this because lately, I've been what you call it. I've been taking extra time at my job. I've been doing extra shifts at my job. And I notice people say, "Oh yeah, yeah." What I've noticed is people are saying, "Yeah, we're taking that extra time because Christmas is coming up." That's another thing. A lot of black and Hispanic people are working hard and doing overtime and doing all this to get extra money for Christmas.
Right.
Why don't you just come back to your heritage, keep the law, statute, and commandments, and save money like Geico? You don't have to celebrate Christmas. You understand? You don't have to follow this. Like, what is in our brain that we feel like we have to follow it? Hold that. Hold what I wanted. I'm gonna get some of these Christmas narratives. We may go over time just a little bit, though. We may go over time. I'm gonna get some of these Christmas narratives, and I'm gonna pull this up. Let me get it real quick. Let me see if I could. So, mm, Share screen. Hey, Shalom, Matabar. What's good? Lord in Christ. All right. Let's see. So this is one book I'm reading from. Okay. And I'm going to get this. Wait. Let me see. It's not. It's still up. Okay. So this is Christmas season during slavery times from some who lived it. All right. So the first one I'm going to read, this is Will Adams. And this is what the brother Will Adams said. He said, on Christmas, we had all we could eat and drink after that big party. And you ought to see them gals swinging their partners around. Then master have two slaves. Salaki, you got your thing on. Then master have two slaves wrestle. And our sports and dancing was big sport for the white folks. They sit on a gallery and watch the slaves put it on brown. That's an expression meaning to do perfection. So this brother said that they would dance and they would, have a good time swinging and dancing. Then they would wrestle and they would put sports on for the white folks. What does that remind you of? On Christmas, they're going to have some games. Like on all holidays, they have games. And who are the main event of those games? Black and Hispanic people. I think Christmas, they're going to have some basketball games, but at other times it's football games. The point is that we were entertainment during Christmas. Okay. So here's another one. So like it. Let me see. You know what? There's another book. Let me get this real quick. So this is another book. This book is actually called this is not the same book. It says When We Were Slaves. So let me just share the screen again so y'all can see this screen. Let me move this one. Let's share the screen. Y'all stay with me. Stay with me. Y'all gonna see my damn library. Y'all about to see my library. Let me. Okay, so it's this one. If you can see, hold on. It's the top left corner. So this book is When We Were Slaves. Okay. So I'm gonna go into this one. And let me just pull up some stuff. I'm gonna read this one. It says, this one is, I don't know his name, Anderson and Minerva Edwards. He says, generally, Christmas was like any other day, but I got Santa Claus twice in slavery because Master gave me a sack of molasses, candy once, and some biscuits once. And that was a whole lot to me then. So for Christmas, they would give them things like molasses, some candy, some biscuits. That's what you got during Christmas. And there's one that I wanted to find. There's one that is where the brother, let me give you here. It says, this one says, Master always give us Christmas Eve through New Year's Day off. So through Christmas Eve, New Year's Day off, they would get it off. To make up for the hard work in the fall, Christmas time, everybody got presents, and Master Bob give a big hog to every 4 families. So they would get a pig for every 4 families. You know what I mean? Like, you get your days off, no different than today. A lot of Black and Hispanic people are very happy for the season because you know you're going to get a day off. You know you're going to get time off. You're going to get drunk. You're going to eat. This was happening on the plantation. Nothing different, right? And you felt like this was good because, see, I'm taking you back to Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome is you start to feel a certain kind of remorse for the people that have you captive. You in slavery, but then you start, when they do something good, like give you a pig on Christmas, or they give you some candy on Christmas, you start to feel like maybe Master ain't that bad. You know, maybe he ain't that bad. We got a day off, and let me mind you, when it came to getting a day off, you only had 1 or 2 days off, and that would have been Christmas or what you call it, 4th of July, Thanksgiving. So it's the whole rest of the year you're working. But I'm just trying to show you the psychology of how we think today. Having that day off, being around family, eating food, doing whatever you do on these days, you get off from your oppressor. It's the same as when we was on the plantation. Okay? So I'm going to leave it at that. There's plenty more. There's one where a brother, he ran away into the woods and they couldn't find him. And finally they caught him. And they put a yoke of wood on his neck. And he had that yoke of wood on his neck the whole year until Christmas came. And the master took the yoke of wood off his neck as a present for Christmas. Listen, man. This is why you celebrate Christmas today. You celebrate Christmas because it was embedded in your psyche. Christmas was down there like trauma, embedded in your mind. There are slaves that say they didn't even know what Christmas was. And so my question, like we read 1 Corinthians 7:22, about being a servant of Christ and being free. As a free person, a true free person, why are you still celebrating the holidays of the people that had you enslaved? Why are you celebrating the holidays of your oppressor? Why? Why is it still embedded in your mind that this is something that you should do? Oh, man, I got to get all these presents, man. I got my list. I still got a little more. Some of y'all is stressed out right now. And it talks about that. There are statistics that have been done on that, about how the Black and Hispanic people be stressed out and how you're trying to, think of how you want to get these certain presents. You end up going into debt to get these presents. And here's the kicker. A lot of people don't even appreciate what you got them. Your children won't even be playing with those toys you bought them in December. In February, a lot of them toys will be tore up. They'll be broken. They'll be lost. And you done spend all this goddamn money for what? For praise? For people to see you and say, oh yeah, you go all out. You go all out on your kids. You got them some Jordans. You got them some outfits. You got them this, you got them that. And they don't even appreciate it. They don't even care. So you're going in debt just to look good in front of people over a holiday that the Lord says don't celebrate. Then you want to post your little pictures with your kids in their little Christmas pajamas. And I know y'all seen the picture. It'd be the whole family. Y'all be all cheesy. Just everybody sitting in front with the Christmas tree in the background. And y'all Christmas pajamas. Like it's just a perfect little family. Nigga, you're a slave. You're a slave. Wake the hell up. It's too much truth out here for you to be lost in the sauce and not knowing who the hell you are. When World War III breaks off and the race wars break off, ain't nobody gonna give a damn about your Christmas. You think those Edomites are gonna give a damn? A lot of y'all don't understand this. The Lord ain't in Christmas. That's why a lot of horrible things are going to happen on Christmas. A lot of homes are going to burn down on Christmas. It's going to be attributed to all them damn lights. I'm burned down because the Lord ain't in it. You ever just use some common sense? You ever thought about why horrible things happen on these things that's supposed to be spectacular and praising the Lord? It's because the Lord ain't in it. He's not in it. His face is turned. His face is turned. And when his face is turned, all hell can break loose.
Right.
I pray you understand. Give me that precept.
It was number 16, but I didn't get a verse. Salaki.
Yeah, 16. Go ahead.
16 and 1.
What is it?
You didn't give me a verse, Salaki.
Okay. I think you can start at verse 1. Let me see. Yes.
16 and 1.
Yeah.
Come on. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 16, verse 1. Now Korah, the son of Izar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, the sons of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took men, and they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princesses of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, Ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord. And Moses heard it. He fell upon his face, and he spake unto Korah and unto all this company, saying, Even tomorrow the Lord will show who are his, and who is holy, and will cause him to come near unto him.
Okay, stop. So Korah was of the tribe of Levite, and he got some brothers from the tribe of Reuben to come up and basically come to Moses and ask Moses, like, basically, who are you to be leading Israel? Who are you? Like, you want to be a prince over us? You want to run things? And so Korah was a Levite, and he got some of the brothers from the tribe of Reuben, and they all came and basically, what's the word I'm looking for? Confronted Moses. Where are you at? What verse you on?
I believe verse 5.
Verse 5. Well, verse 4, it says, well, Moses, he fell on his face and he started praying. Okay. And read verse 5 for me again.
Come on. Verse 5. And he spoke unto Korah and unto all his company, saying, Even tomorrow the Lord will show who are his and who is holy. And will cause him to come near unto him. Even him whom he hath chosen will he cause to come near unto him.
So Moses said, we're going to see who the Lord is with.
Right.
We're all gathered together. We're going to all gather together, right? And tomorrow, the Lord is going to show us who the Lord is dealing with. What verse you on?
Verse 6 now.
Go ahead.
Verse 6.
Well, okay, I'll go ahead.
Verse 6. This do, take ye censers, Korah, and all his company. Verse 7. And put fire therein, and put incense in them before the Lord tomorrow.
So he said, get your censers, get some fire and put some incense for tomorrow. Go ahead.
And put fire therein, and put incense in them before the Lord tomorrow. And it shall be that the man whom the Lord doth choose, he shall be holy. Ye take too much upon you, ye sons of Levi.
So they said, you know what? So Moses said, whoever that the Lord choose, you will be holy. Whether he choose me or choose you, but y'all take too much upon it. Y'all doing too much. right? You got Korah leading it. He's the son of Levi. Then you got the Reubenites. You got 250 men that came and confronted Moses about him leading the tribe of Israel. They saying, listen, we're all the chosen people. Why can't we be the priests of the Lord? They were ministers of the tabernacle, but they wanted to have the rulership of Moses' seat. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 8. And Moses said unto Korah, Hear, I pray you, ye sons of Levi. Verse 9. Seemeth it but a small thing unto you, that the God of Israel hath separated you from the congregation of Israel, to bring ye near to himself, to do the service of the tabernacle of the Lord, and to stand before the congregation to minister unto them.
So he said, so Moses is saying, like, since you are ministering before the children of Israel, I guess that's too small for you. That's too small of a job. Right. You want my job. Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 10. And he hath brought thee near to him, and all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee. And seek ye the priesthood also? For which
y'all seek my priesthood. Y'all seek my priesthood also? Like y'all, the Lord has blessed y'all to minister to the children of Israel, but you want my seed. Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 11. For which cause both thou and all thy company are gathered together against the Lord. And what is Aaron, that ye murmur against him? Verse 12.
So what he's saying right here in verse 11 is that you not really warrant, you not going against Aaron, you going against the Lord.
Right.
Like Aaron ain't nothing. But what how you coming against us, you going against the Lord. Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 12. And Moses sent and called Dathan and Abiram. So like Abiram, the sons of Eliab, which said, We will not come up. It is a small thing that thou hast brought us up out of the land that floweth with milk and honey, to kill us in the wilderness, except thou makest thyself altogether a prince over us.
So Dathan and Abiram, they was like, they're not going to come up at Moses' request. They like, you done brought us up out of Egypt into this land flowing with milk and honey to kill us in the wilderness, and then to make yourself a prince over us. Go ahead, verse 14.
Come on, verse 14. Moreover, thou hast brought us into a land that floweth with milk and honey, and givest us inheritance of fields and vineyards.
Right.
So like, wilt thou put out the eyes of these men? We will not come up. Verse 15. And Moses was very wroth, and said unto the Lord, Respect not thou their offering. I have not taken one ass from them. So like, I have not taken one ass from them, neither have I hurt one of them.
So they said, we're not going to come up. You done brought us out here, and you promised you was going to give us fields and vineyards and the land of flowing with milk and honey, but you ain't did none of that. So we're not coming up. And Moses was angry with them, but Moses asked the Lord to look over their misdeeds. Moses said, listen, I have not took one donkey from these men. I have not done them wrong. Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 16. And Moses said unto Korah, Be thou and all thy company before the Lord, thou and they and Aaron tomorrow.
He told Korah, the Levite, with all his company, the Reubenites, to be before the Lord tomorrow with Aaron. Go ahead.
Verse 17. And take every man his censer and put incense in them, and bring ye before the Lord every man his censer, 250 censers.
That was 250 men came up against him. He said, bring your censers, those plates, before the Lord, with all the, with all your coal and your incense to burn before the Lord. Go ahead.
250 censers, thou also and Aaron, each of you his censer. Verse 18. And they took every man his censer and put fire in them, and laid incense thereon, and stood in the door of the tabernacle of the congregation with Moses and Aaron. And Korah gathered all the congregation against them unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, unto the glory of the Lord appeared unto all the congregation.
So Korah gathered all the congregation against him unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation of the Lord, and the glory of the Lord appeared before all the congregation. Verse 20. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And Lord spake And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, verse 21, separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment.
So the Lord was hot that they even came up against Moses and Aaron. He says, get away from them. Separate yourself from the congregation, from the people, so I can consume them in a moment, like a twinkling of an eye. Let me put them down. Go ahead.
Verse 22, and they fell upon their first faces and said, O God, the God of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and wilt thou be wroth with all the congregation?
So they fell on their face. Moses and Aaron said, why are you angry at everybody? It was just one man that sinned. It was Korah that sinned, right? So even in that, even then, you seen the brotherhood of Moses and Aaron, where they're trying to save these brothers that had came up against them to take their seat. Go ahead.
Verse 23, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the congregation, saying, get you up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. Mm-hmm. And Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins.
So the Lord, hold on. So the Lord said, the Lord told Moses to speak to the congregation and tell them to get away from the tents of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. Meaning these brothers was there with their tents, meaning their tent with their whole family, their flocks, everything, and the congregation around them. The Lord said to tell everybody to get away from them. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 27. So they gat up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram on every side. And Dathan and Abiram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives and their sons and their little children.
So all these three different brothers came and stood in the doors of their tents with all their families, children, and all that. Go ahead.
Okay. And Moses said, hereby ye shall know that the Lord has sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of mine own mind.
Right.
Verse 29. If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Lord hath not sent me.
So Moses said that by these things that are about to be done, you know that I didn't do these things. I had nothing to do with this. But if these men die by a common death that all men die, then you know that the Lord didn't send me. So if they die anyway, that you know that people die naturally, or say you die by somebody killing you or by old age, then you know that the Lord didn't send me. But if they die from another way, you know the Lord didn't send me. Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 30. But if the Lord make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth and swallow them up with all that appertain unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Lord.
So he said, so he named the thing. He said, but if the earth open up and consume everything with them, everything they have and everything, then you know that they done angered the Lord. Keep reading.
Verse 31. And it came to pass, as he had made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder that was under them. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all the men that appertain unto Korah, and all their goods.
So as Moses, this is how gangster the Lord is. As Moses finished saying that, the earth opened up and swallowed these men up and their families, their kids, and everything. Go ahead.
This helicopter. Verse 33. They and all that appertained to them went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. Mm-hmm. Verse 34. And all of it, and all Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them, for they said, lest the earth swallow us up also. And there came out a fire from the Lord and consumed the 250 men that offered incense.
So after Korah and these brothers' family went down, the 250 men that were in confederate with them, a fire came up from the earth and consumed all of them. These are 250 men that offered incense, right? To see whether or not the Lord chose them or chose Moses and Aaron. Go ahead.
Right. Verse 36, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, that he take up the censers out of the burning, and scattered scattered thou the fire yonder, for they are hollowed.
So,
For they are hollowed.
so the Lord said, he told Eleazar to take up the censers that the 250 had, right? And he said, take it out of the fire and put the fire out, scatter the fire. But the censers are hollowed. They're clean. They're sanctified because they offered incense on these things. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 38, the censers of these sinners against their own souls, let them make them broad plates for a covering of the altar.
Stop that. So these censers, this is the Lord you serve. It's that the censers of these sinners against their own souls. Let them make them broad plates for a covering of the altar. So melt it down, all these censers, and make a covering for an altar. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 38, the censers of these sinners against their own souls, let them make them broad plates for a covering of the altar. For they offered them before the Lord, therefore they are hallowed, and they shall be a sign unto the children of Israel.
And it said, they shall be a sign for the children of Israel. We're going to take these censers, melt them down, put them on the altar, and when Israelites look at them, they'll remember why that covering is there. Go ahead.
Okay. And Eleazar the priest took a brazen censers wherewith they that were burnt had offered, and they were made broad plates for a covering of the altar, to be a memorial unto the children of Israel, that no stranger, which is not of the seed of Aaron, come near to offer incense before the Lord.
Look, this is a cold twist, because Korah was of the seed of the Levite. He was a Levite, but he had Reubenites with him. And so that wasn't established in the beginning. But the Lord let it be known later on that don't let nobody that ain't of the seed of Aaron come up like that again. Read it from the top.
Okay. To be a memorial, so like in verse 40, to be a
memorial. Yeah, go ahead.
To be a memorial unto the children of Israel, that no stranger,
meaning the Reubenites was, they wasn't given the service of being priests of God, being Levites, and they stepped over their boundaries. Go ahead.
Which is not of the seed of Aaron, come near to offer incense before the Lord, that he be not as Korah and his company, as the Lord said to him by the hand of Moses.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 41.
Go ahead.
But on the morrow, all the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, saying, Ye have killed the people of the Lord.
That's just like some niggas, man. That's just like some niggas.
Right.
Like, you got some wicked niggas that came up against the Lord. The Lord chose who he wanted, and then they saying, "Oh, y'all killed them. Y'all killed them." Murmuring. Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 42. And it came to pass when the congregation was gathered against Moses and against Aaron, that they looked toward the tabernacle of the congregation, and behold, a cloud covered it, and the glory of the Lord appeared.
So when the congregation had gathered against Moses and Aaron, they looked at the tabernacle, and the tabernacle had a cloud. The glory of the Lord had gathered against them to remind them. Go ahead.
Come on. And Moses and Aaron came before the tabernacle of the congregation, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Get you up from among this congregation, that I may consume them as in a moment, and they fall upon their faces.
This just shows you how great of a prophet Moses was and a man of the Lord, because the Lord wanted to destroy all of Israel right here. He wanted to just kill them, because we are hard-headed, stiff-necked people. We are a people that think we know everything, and we are a people that are not worthy of the glory of God. And right. Moses said, you know what? Him and Aaron fell on their faces and prayed to the Lord, because the Lord wanted to just wipe us out. You understand? For the Israelites blaming Moses for the death of those wicked Israelites. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 46, and Moses said unto Aaron, take a censer and put fire therein off the altar, and put on incense, make an atonement for them. For there is wrath gone out from the Lord, the plague is begun.
He's the Lord, a plague came out of the Lord. He said, you better burn some incense and put it out now and make atonement for the people, because the wrath is gone out. Verse 47.
Come on. Verse 47, and Aaron took as Moses' commandment and ran into the midst of the congregation, and behold, the plague was begun among the people. And he put on the incense and made an atonement for the people.
So Aaron ran in between the people, put out the incense, and the plague had already started. People was falling, dropping dead. You remember last week? Was that last week, young man, when we talked about 150,000 people die every year?
Come on. Every day.
Probably. I'm so lucky. Every day, 150,000 people die every day. People was dropping. Go ahead, Art.
Come on. And he stood between the dead and the living, and the plague was stayed.
And Aaron stood between the dead and the living, and the plagues is stopped. Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 49. Now they that died in the plague were 14,700. Beside them that died about the matter of Korah.
So you remember what happened with Korah and the 250,000 that died. It said 14,700 died from that plague of them being angry at Moses, claiming that he killed those brothers and sisters before them.
Right.
The Lord dropped them dead, 14,000 before Aaron ran out there with the incense, standing in between the people that had already died and the people that were still living, and the plague stopped from the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 40. That's all I get. Verse 49. Now they that died in the plague were 14,700, beside them that died about the matter of Korah. Verse 50. And Aaron returned unto Moses unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. The plague was stayed.
Let me tell you something. Choose who you're going to serve.
That's right.
You're going to serve the God of this world. You're going to follow Christmas and serve the God of paganism and Nimrod and the Romans and America. Or are you going to serve the God of Israel who don't celebrate Christmas? You better choose wisely. I pray you understand. Give me Isaiah 51 and 21, man. I pray you understand. Listen, I love my brothers and sisters. I got people in my family that I love, as well as you have people in your family that you love, and you would want to see them come into the truth. You know what I mean? But we got to be a living example to brothers and sisters that's in the world, because they don't know no better. They don't understand. They don't know what they're dealing with. They don't know. They never even recollect it, like thought about it, like, damn, 150,000 people die every day. And it ain't it's everybody.
Right.
God's chosen people, it's the other nations, it's everybody. All people die every day. So a lot of them love life, have big plans to do this, big plans to do that, thinking about doing this, thinking about doing that. That ain't promised if you're going against the Lord. I promise you. I pray you understand. Go ahead, young man.
Come on. You said 51 and 21, right?
51 and 21. Come
on. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 21. Therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, be not with wine.
Listen, you are afflicted and drunken, but not with wine.
Right.
You are afflicted with Christianity.
That's right.
You're drunken with the philosophies of this world. You're not drunken with drink. You're drunk with the philosophies of this world. You're drunk with Christmas. Right. You're drunk with the holly jolly time, whatever the time is. You're drunk with that time. You're drunk with the philosophy of America. You're drunk with it. You're like a man staggering, walking through an alley. Christmas, Easter, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day. You're drunk with it. Read it from the top.
Okay. The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 21. Therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Verse 22. Thus saith thy Lord, the Lord, and thy God, that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury.
The Lord has taken out of our hand the cup of trembling. Go ahead.
Okay. Even the dregs of the cup of my fury.
The dregs of the cup of his fury. The dregs is like the bottom of the cup of, I believe is when you're brewing something, right? The dregs of his fury. The worst part. Go ahead.
Thou shalt no more drink it again.
You shall no more drink it again. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 23. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee.
The Lord said he's going to take that and put it into the hand of the people who afflicted us. The people that afflicted us had us in chains, had us in slavery, had us following their ways, have us today celebrating Christmas. Go ahead.
Come on. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee.
The Lord is going to put it into the hand of them. Go ahead.
Which have said to thy soul, bow
which
down.
He said to us, go ahead.
Bow down. That we may go over.
That we may go over. Nigga, lay down. Bow down that we can go over. Go ahead.
Come on. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground.
And you, as blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians, have laid your body down as the ground. You laid down on a puddle of water so that your oppressor can walk on you and step on you and walk over. Go ahead.
Has laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over.
To them that went over. They went over you. The Lord said that he's going to take all the pain, all the suffering, all the heartache from you, and he's going to put it into the hand of the oppressor, the people who gave you Christmas, the people that gave you Easter, the people that gave you birthdays, the people that gave you everything that you do.
Right.
He's going to put that pain into their hands.
That's right.
And then you one day won't get a thrill out of a holiday like Christmas because you work enslaved 364 days out the goddamn year.
Right.
With that, that's the class, man. Let's clap it up. Hey, listen, it's real. The water for you following. The water for you being up in here. We're gonna play a video. I was trying to play the video earlier. I'm gonna play the video, which was supposed to be the intro, but it's gonna be the outro. Hey, throw out to you. Let me go up in here. Let me give some shout outs to everybody that was up in here. We had some technical difficulties. We had some things going on. But listen, man, nothing stops the truth of the Lord.
That's right.
Halak Bond. Where we at? Olivia Arnold. She said, and kids. Young man B. Let me see. Sister Baratha Nawa. Where we at? Let me get down there. Let me see. But top Arya Yahweh. Let me see. That Gamer Honesty 06. Officer 5000 Madabar. And with that, we up out of here. I'm gonna play this video. Y'all stay tuned. Let me put this up. You know what I mean? Hey, throw water to y'all, Akim, sisters, Akwaf. Shalom. Let me get it.
Shalom, Lord Christ, sir.
Hey, shalom, Lord Christ, young man. The water for your service.
No problem. Salakia, Yandabar.
Y'all put your faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on Congo. presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play, cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo.
American honor don't lack no soldiers. With the spirit of the Lord, we don't lack no soldiers.
Like a saint, black Hispanic native. They hate y'all as the same. Hate Christ and they image. No cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations. You can't banish no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth.
On the